Hi, Tracy.
Hey, how are you?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm good.
Good.
Am I like the first one?
You and I, and then we've got Charlene who just popped on. So I'll give you the heads
Okay.
up right away. As soon as I started the video, we are recording. So we're going to be
Okay.
recording this for Cogeco. So we'll try and keep everything to the job fair.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and the lovely weather outside.
Yes, great day for a job fair.
Yeah, exactly. Hey,
Yeah.
Charlene.
Hi there.
How are you?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm good, thanks. And Elena's coming in. Hey,
Hello.
Elena, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good, thanks. So I'll give you the heads up as well. I've already let the others know that we are recording right now. So we're live. We're recording everything for Cogeco so that they can put it on your TV. And so we'll keep it all professional to the job fair and everything that we need to here. But just want to give you the heads up that we are recording right now. Okay. So I'll be able to see here also that we've got some of the attendees, so they can probably hear us as well right now, which is great. So as soon as we get all of the employers on, it's like Tristan's jumped on and Darren's there, which is great. So I'm just going to do a quick, Lena, Tristan, Darren. Okay. Now, Tracy, will Denise be joining you as well, or is it going to be yourself?
Yeah, I'm surprised she isn't on yet.
Okay.
I'll send her a text.
Okay, no problem. Hey, Tristan. Hey, Darren. How you doing?
Good, you?
Good. So I'll give you a heads up. We are recording right now, so we're getting this all recorded for Cogeco TV. So I know that some of our attendees are logged in. So as soon as I think that all the employers are there, then we'll get started, and I'll just do a bit of a rundown and introduce everyone as well. Becky. And I'll just confirm here. So Carrie, you're there. So as far as I can see right now, we're still waiting for Stacy from Country Haven and Ali Canning from Tamarack and Julie Monroe from Ontario Cottage Rentals. Is that what you're seeing as well?
Yep.
Okay, perfect. Hi, Barb.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Good, thanks. So we're just waiting on a couple more employers, Barb. We're waiting for Julie from Ontario Cottage Rentals, Ali from Tamarack, and then Stacy Taylor from Country Haven. And then we should be pretty much all set to go. Hey, Denise.
Hi.
How are you?
Good, and you?
Good, thanks.
Good. Hi, Carrie and Barb.
Hi, Denise. How are you doing?
Great, thanks. Yourself?
Good. Good to see you.
Yeah, you too. Thanks again for all your help, guys.
Welcome. So I'll just run through here just really quickly. So it could take up to an hour. So we'll give everyone the opportunity to talk about their companies and what jobs you have to offer, what you're going to be looking for now or possibly even in the future. We're going to encourage you to share as much information as you can, as well as how you want job seekers to apply to you. So if you talk about that throughout the bit of that presentation, you can have up to roughly 10 minutes. So please feel free to use it. And hopefully we'll have some questions that will come in through the chat box. So the attendees will not be live in a sense of being able to speak, but if they have questions that we're asking that the attendees do put that into the chat box, and Carrie, myself, and Barb will keep an eye on that. And then we can relay those questions onto you when it's your turn when we're presenting. So talking about Barb and Carrie, we've got Barb Bloomfield from the Huntsville Lake Bays Chamber of Commerce joining us today, which is great. So they're working in collaboration with the YMCA to make this happen, which is fantastic. And we've got Carrie Singleton from the YMCA, and so she's my partner here in crime, and we're here to help local job seekers as well as employers try and fill those gaps. And we know it's extremely difficult right now. It's definitely getting a lot harder, especially with the pandemic, and things are not always looking great or feeling great, especially when you're putting ads out there and you may not be getting responses to them. So hopefully, the individuals that we do have attending today, if it's not for them, then hopefully they'll share it with friends and family or whoever they may have contacts with as well. As I mentioned, this will be on Cogeco TV as well, so it will be shared later on. And then we should be all set to go. It looks like Stacy has joined us now, which is great. So let me give you a quick rundown of the order of what we'll be doing here. So I know, Stacy, you just joined in, but I had you as the first presenter. Are you okay with that? Okay, so I've got you on mute right now. So we'll have everyone on mute. We'll have Stacy present, and Stacy, definitely share what opportunities you have and how you'd like people to apply. And definitely tell us a little bit about Country Haven Acres residential services. So I'm going to let you take the floor.
Perfect. Thank you. So it does say I am Stacy, but my name is Cheryl and I'm the program director at Country Haven Acres. Sorry about that.
Sorry.
So we are seeking residential counselors, and we currently have 4 homes that we always need staff for. One of our homes is a youth program and the other 3 are all adult. So we do like individuals with some educational background in human services, but we do offer training as well. And you can always apply through email to countryhaven1@bellnet.ca. And you can find that on our website as well, www.countryhavenacres.com. So for our residential counselors, we support the individuals throughout the day, life skills. We go to school with our kids. We do programming with the adults. So we're a really family-based setting. We have a lot of fun. Mind you, COVID has put a big damper on things, but we spend a lot of time outside. We do a lot of crafts. We have 100 acres at our youth program and our 1 adult program that we share. So lots of trails, lots of opportunity for outside time. It's a really fun place to work. Like I said, we're a family here. So yeah, if you like to keep busy and do different things every day, then I highly recommend checking us out. And we look forward to hearing from anyone that is interested in applying.
Perfect. Thanks, Cheryl. Now, Cheryl, would you be okay to type in that email address into the chat box? I was going to try and do it, and I didn't know if I was going to catch it fast enough. That way people would know that address that they can apply to. And as you're doing that, and maybe we can see if any questions do come in. I definitely know I have one for you.
Perfect.
Okay, excellent.
Yeah.
So where you said there was 4 homes. So where are those 4 homes located?
Yes. So all of our homes are in Emsdale. 2 of the properties are on 1 piece of land. 1 is more central to the little town of Emsdale, and 1 is closer to the highway. So we're in a general bubble in Emsdale.
Okay, excellent. Now, a question did come in, and this could have been from maybe one of the panelists, and it was a little bit late. Says, what qualifications are required?
So we do look for people that are in the human services, PSW, DSW, any human services, but it's not a requirement. We do offer training. So really it's your personality, compassionate, caring, understanding, patient are really what we're looking for. Okay.
And with those positions that you're hiring for, are they for all shifts? Like, is it a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week operation?
Yeah, so Country Haven Acres is a 24/7, 365 days a year. We don't close down, and our shifts range all over the place. Yeah, we try to operate on 12-hour continental. So yeah, it's classified as part-time, but with full-time hours.
Okay. And do you need a driver's license for these roles?
You don't.
Okay,
You don't need a driver's
just
license.
a matter of getting there and showing up for work.
And yep, that's right. Yep.
Okay, perfect. Okay, well, see if any other questions come in here. But if not, I want to thank you so much for sharing that information. That's great. It's always nice to know what resources are available in the community and the outlying communities as well that some of us may not really truly understand and know about.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Okay, perfect. I think, yeah, no questions have come in, so that's great. So we will move on to our next presenter, and that's Charlene Hofstetter from Community Living Huntsville.
All right, so I was hoping to share my screen because I did prepare a presentation. It helps guide me and gives you guys something to follow along. So I'm going to go ahead and hopefully be able to do that. All right, are you able to see the presentation? Okay, perfect. So just to start off with, I wanted to give you an idea of what our purpose is. Why do we exist? So our purpose is fostering inclusiveness for people to live, work, and play in unique and purposeful ways. So who we are, we have approximately 85 amazing team members, all within the Huntsville area. We support over 300 adults and children, along with their families, who have developmental disabilities. In our sector, it's something that we've continued to evolve over the decades. Years ago, people with developmental disabilities were often sent away and moved to live in institutions, and the philosophy was, you know, they need to be taken care of. We've certainly over the years shifted that within our sector, and our goal is really to support people to live the life that they want for themselves. So along with that shift in mindset of how we support people, we've also really advocated within the community to shift the mindset of community members to really be able to view and interact with people with all different abilities in really respectful ways. And we find that often it's a matter of when you don't know, you tend to shy away from it. So really helping to promote acceptance of people and really seeing people for the true gifts that they do have. We have 4 different programs, which are our primary programs. We do have supported living, which like Country Haven, we do have 4 group homes locally. All of those are adult homes, and they are your typical home like you would picture in a neighborhood or in town. We have 3 or 4 people live in each home, and then we do have 24/7 support scheduled to support those folks within their own home. We also have our team community participation, and that team, obviously their focus during COVID has evolved and changed quite a bit, but the philosophy around that team and program have stayed the same, in that we really are trying to connect people to their community and help them to explore areas of interest for them. You and I both know the best way to make friends and get to know people are often through common interests. So really helping them to explore those and get comfortable in various settings and get to know people and form those natural relationships. Supported independent living is another program. We have over 50 people that we support in our community that live independently on their own in their own homes, that we provide some level of assistance to really help them to do so successfully. It could be supporting them with budgeting and banking, you know, if they've got to move, helping them find housing and get that set up with utilities and that sort of thing. Might be meal preparation. So there's a variety of things there really to help people be independent and give them that little bit of extra support that they need to do so. And then we also have a children and youth services team that works closely with children and their families to really understand the process right from, you know, early on. If a parent feels that the child is developing a little bit slower than they expected, as well as supporting people through diagnosis, working with the school boards, childcare providers, as well as the children and their families, really to help create inclusive environments where children with all different abilities can thrive. So A few years ago, we did a new strategic plan. We consulted a lot of different stakeholders within our community, certainly the people that we support, their family members, as well as reached out to various employers and the town and different community programs and clubs that wanted to really get a sense of where should we be taking this organization and the supports for the people within our community that benefit from them. So there's the 3 different level areas there that we're focusing on, 1 being intentional innovation, 2, which is very much a team focus, where cohesive and creative workplace culture, really thinking about what else is possible. Because to stay status quo where we were 20 or 30 years ago, it is not acceptable, right? There's been a lot of change. We want to continue to see that change. And then resource development. We want to continue to partner with other agencies within our community that offer great services, that we can work together to support people rather than reinvent the wheel and duplicate things within our community. So one of the things we were asked to present on with this was how we responded to COVID. So our workers are deemed essential workers. So with that in mind, we did early in the pandemic actually siloed our staff. So somebody working in one group home only worked in that one group home, just to help minimize the risk of transferring of COVID if there were to be an outbreak. It's something we didn't have to do. We chose to do. The staff really appreciated that. So we have continued. We've widened the silos a little bit, but we do still have silos continuing today. We certainly provide personal protective equipment and did a lot of training on that early on. New hires receive that same training. And there's enhanced cleaning protocols and various things that have changed in response to the pandemic. We do daily health screenings. We have frequent collaboration between management, the direct support professionals, and the Joint Health and Safety Committee. One of the things that Joint Health and Safety Committee was a big part of with the direct support professionals early in COVID was creating outbreak support plans for the different programs, and actually went through so far as doing mock scenarios to make sure that people felt prepared and capable, that if in the event we did have an outbreak, people were very well trained and comfortable to respond to that. We've been fortunate we haven't, but at the same time, we want to make sure everybody's prepared. So we've offered the staff lots of training, and we have certainly let people know we will reallocate resources if necessary, and we have a little bit. Just as I mentioned, you can imagine with community participation and the lack of things available within the community, we have reallocated some staff to support some of the needs within the group homes, as well as more in-home activities, just given the limitation of getting out and being part of those outside and like they were used to in the past. So why would you work for us? To make a difference. So really feel proud of the difference you make in people's lives. You're assisting people to develop skills, assisting them to really develop relationships and belonging within their community. And at the end of the day, you get to feel good about what you've accomplished that day and that you're really supporting to make a difference in people's lives. We do offer on-the-job training. We also have, I think, 5 staff currently, because I've got a few just starting in another week, apprenticeship programs. So as much as we do like to hire folks that have this post-secondary education in human services, if you don't, there are still positions that you can be eligible for. And if you are interested in pursuing a developmental service worker diploma, we can certainly partner with you for that and sponsor you as an apprenticeship. So working with people does mean that every single day is unique. So you're not going to get bored doing the same thing day after day. And because of the different programs that we offer, there is opportunity to move within the organization. So if you're looking for something a little bit different or to grow some skills, if you feel like you've been in one area for a period of time and looking for something different, that's certainly available within the same organization. So we have, I think we're at 4 staff now that have been here for over 30 years. So we definitely have long-term staff and that move around within the organization. So the key things that we're looking for is a willingness to assist others in activities of daily living. And that does include providing personal care. We want to have our staff respect other people's choices without judgment and encourage informed choices, but at the same time, really respect it's their choice to make. Encouraging independence of others. And then also we want to make sure that the people we're hiring do have values that align with our vision and purpose. So our current openings, we do have a part-time flex role, which is currently open. Overnights kind of comes and goes throughout the year. That is something that we often go to external candidates for. And both of those positions require high school or a GED. And I've included the start rate and then kind of the pay range for that role as well. The part-time direct support professional within supported living, that would be a 1-year post-secondary. So a PSW qualifies for that, or other human services would qualify for that. And the other option for that is if you start with us, possibly in a flex role or overnight role where it's a high school education, but then want to pursue that DSW apprenticeship. Once you're active and attending school in that apprenticeship program, you would then qualify for that role as well. And then the part-time direct support professional in community support, so that'd be the supported independent living or community participation, does require the DSW, which is developmental service worker, or a 2-year human services diploma. So I've included the pay ranges there for the roles as well. And just a note, all of those roles do qualify for the temporary wage enhancement currently. So that's an additional $3 per hour on top of the wage rates that I've listed there. Something to consider, because we do tend to post our full-time positions internally first. They do usually get snatched up internally. It's rare I post those external. So I just wanted to let you know something to consider with part-time work with us is you would have a repeating schedule. So every 2 weeks it would repeat, and you'd be scheduled between 48 and 66 hours. You do have the opportunity to pick up additional shifts. And for most months throughout the year, if you look for full-time hours and are flexible to pick when you pick those up, you can certainly obtain those. We do offer employer paid benefits for our part-time staff. With our part-timers, it is a flexible spending account throughout the year. And like I had mentioned with that, you would have the first opportunity for any full-time positions that do come available. So you would email your resumes to careers@clhuntsville.ca. And you can email that or contact me as well if you're looking for any more information. Okay, I'll go ahead and stop sharing and put it back to you, Brent.
That was great. Thanks, Charlene. Perfect. Thank you so much for sharing that great information. Normally I have questions, but I think you've covered everything off, which is terrific. We will see if there's any questions that come in. And if not, then we will skip right on to the next person. But that was great information about community living in Huntsville. Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
Okay, next up on our list, we have Tulloch Engineering, and that is Becky Ray. So Becky, you can tell us all about Tulloch and the opportunities that the company has.
Sounds good. I do have a presentation as well, so I am going to attempt to share my screen. Hopefully everybody can see that.
We can see that. That's great.
Perfect. So as is mentioned, my name is Becky. I am a human resources administrator at Tulloch. So here at Tulloch, we are a progressive multidisciplinary consulting engineering firm. So we deliver quality engineering services for over 30 years to cities, municipalities, and private land developers, as well as mining and energy companies. So we actually have 13 offices across Ontario, along with an office in Calgary and Vancouver. We've strategically started building our Western divisions as well. And we do have an office here in Huntsville. So we complete over 1,000 projects per year, from very small projects, which could be individual property surveys, to some of the largest infrastructure projects in Canada. So in terms of kind of our mission statement, so in everything we do, we strive to align ourselves with this mission statement, so which is to build an organization where everyone loves their job and their leaders care for them. Through this mission statement, we're able to work alongside each other on exciting projects while staying true to the fact that we operate as a tight-knit group of coworkers that wants the best for one another. We often have projects that are cross-divisional. So engineers are working with our Ontario Land Surveyors, which is working with our mapping division, and as well with our contract administration division as well. So in terms of our response to COVID-19, from the onset, we strive to remain in line with government guidelines while meeting client deadlines as an essential service. So our IT team ensured our office staff switched seamlessly from working from home from the office, while our health and safety team rose to the challenge of ensuring our field staff were equipped while working within their teams in the community. So we had a very small window where our field teams were down last March, just as we kind of dealt with all of what was COVID and how was that going to impact us. But we quickly got back up and running, and our field teams have been in the community since then, working safely with increased PPE as well. And right now our offices are closed to the public. However, we have opened safely for some office staff who chose to come back to the office. But it's still up to most of our staff, if they would like to be working from home, that they are working from home. So in addition to our mission statement, we have a few defining principles that have grown out of our 30 years in the business, which describes our culture and values very well. So first off, we give freedom and responsibility to every team member. We want every employee at TELUC to know that they have the freedom to make decisions in their job and to take responsibility for their projects. Another one is we work hard and we don't stop until the job is done. Our employees love the work that they do and they have fun doing it. Another one is we go where others will not or cannot. So we're not a geographically centric company. We do have offices throughout Ontario and, as I mentioned, out west, but we go where the work is and we're not afraid of a challenge or an adventure. So we have completed projects in most of the provinces and territories and have worked on projects internationally. And one that comes to mind is, it was as far away as Brazil. We had a dam project down there. So our staff are all over the place. We actually do have some of our staff who are out in Alberta right now working on a project, and they're from Ontario, so they're out there. Another is we're always keen to try something new. So we don't shy away from a challenge, and we look to support our clients in any way that we can. So in terms of working for us, so we do hire engineers, biologists, technicians, and technologists, as well as surveyors, planners, and business professionals. So we do believe that all employees should be treated fairly, and we promote diversity to ensure that our employee demographics reflect the communities in which we serve. In terms of our open positions that I'd like to talk about today, so we are hiring for survey technicians, and we are looking for survey technicians to join our team in the Huntsville and Muskoka area. So in terms of that position, so you'd be assisting with the collection of field data using various survey instruments, calculators, levels, and GPS field equipment. And as well as organizing the equipment and supplies. So this would be a job within our geomatics division, and you'd be working closely with our Ontario Land Surveyors, as well as crew chiefs. We are looking for full-time staff, and it is a permanent position. And ideally, we would like the individual to have a civil engineering technician or technologist program or equivalent experience. However, we do hire the individual for the position, and then we are open to providing education and training around that. So we really are looking for the fit rather than the education. And the other position that I'd like to talk to you about today is engineering technicians. So this would obviously be within our engineering division. So you'd be working on construction layouts with anchor bolt locations, grid lines, frameworks, concrete piers, and footings. This is also a full-time permanent position, and ideally, again, a diploma within a civil engineering, mining technician, or survey technician program. And within this role, it could be within the Huntsville, Muskoka area. However, we do have 3 projects that we're operating on mines in Northern Ontario. So it could also be a position with a bit of travel associated with it as well, if you were open to traveling a little bit further than the local Huntsville and Muskoka area for work. In terms of what we offer, so we do offer competitive wages and comprehensive benefits. We also offer an employee and family assistance program. We do have a company pension plan, and TELUC does match 3% of that as well. We have flexible work hours, and there is an opportunity for growth and advancement. Like I said, we really hire for fit, not so much for the educational background, and we're always willing to provide training and to sponsor staff to go to school as well. We also cover professional association fees. We have professional development opportunities, and we do have paid sick days and bereavement days. Of course, that's just a bit of a comprehensive list, so there is so much more as well that we offer. So in terms of submitting resumes, so I did leave our HR team's email there, so just hr@teluc.ca. Like I mentioned, our offices are closed to the public at the moment, so we're not accepting resumes to be dropped off to our office in Huntsville. However, it can be just emailed, and we're also open to phone calls as well. I didn't leave our email or our phone number there, but that is also readily available, and I can provide that. And then as well, I just provided our website where all of our current job openings and our future job postings would be listed. And that is everything.
That's great. Becky, that was wonderful. Thank you.
There is a question in the chat box, Brent.
Oh, thanks, Carrie.
It's a question for Becky, and it says, that's from one of the attendees. Would you consider someone with 32 years in aerospace mechanical engineering for work in Huntsville?
That is an excellent question. I think we would definitely be interested in speaking with them. And there's definitely some, our engineering department would love to chat with them about that. I would think, yes, we'd be very interested in at least having a conversation to see what would be available.
Excellent. Okay, we'll see if there's any other questions that come in here. And nothing at this time, Becky. So thanks again for sharing information regarding TELUC. And yeah, that was wonderful. And it's very successful. I know that TELUC's a very successful company locally and throughout the area. So, okay, so moving on to our next presenter, it will be Ali Canning from Tamarack. And Ali's on the telephone, everyone. So we will be allowing her. So let me just get on. Give me one moment. Let me see if we can get Ali. Ali, are you there?
She's still muted.
Hello.
Hi, Ali.
Hi, guys. Can you hear me okay?
We can. Thanks so much for being here.
Oh, no problem. I apologize. I'm working from home, so I'm having some technical difficulties, as I'm sure we've all encountered over the past couple of weeks. I wish I could be there to see everybody well, not in person, but over conference there. But hopefully one day we'll all be able to meet.
Yes. So Ali, you're from Tamarack, correct?
So I'm from Tamarack North, yes. So I work in the HR department. My official role is HR and safety coordinator. So I've been with the company just about a year and a half now. So what we are is an engineering and construction company. So we specialize in like high-end residential builds up in the Muskoka area. So we've actually got 2 locations. Our main office, which is in Port Carling, small area. If you guys are familiar with the area, you've probably seen our office there. And then we've actually just built a brand new office up in Huntsville. So under, the new COVID guidelines, we have still been deemed essential. So a lot of the office staff, including myself, we're working from home right now. However, our field workers are still on job sites with, enhanced safety provisions, I guess you could say, in place. So a little bit about our in-house team. So we've got accountants, project managers, engineers, human resource department, accounts payable, receivable. But the opportunities that we have available that I wanted to discuss today were we're actually looking for some carpenters and carpenters helpers. So you can find an overview of both positions. We've actually posted on a number of different job boards and things online. Indeed is one of the bigger ones, and then obviously on our website, tamaracknorth.com. But again, we're in need for some carpenters and carpenters helpers right now. So we're actually booked out until, I believe, next fall of 2022. We're not taking on any new clients right now. So we've just been totally booked up, and I'm sure a lot of other construction companies in the area are probably feeling the same thing. But again, back to the positions. So carpenter, I'll just pull up the job description here. So carpenter's helper, I guess you could also kind of call like a laborer. So somebody, obviously high school diploma is mandatory age, obviously 16 and older, but not looking for a ton of requirements in the way of skills, and there's a lot of things that we've hired some young people, and they've come on the job site and kind of learn as they go, and we've got fantastic licensed carpenters and site supervisors who have that experience and the Red Seal ticket, who are able to help train these younger people. And then for our carpenter, we are looking, in the way of qualifications for, journeyman carpenter certificate, at least 5 years of experience in high-end residential construction. Obviously, things such as transportation and valid driver's license, that type of thing. Both positions are full-time permanent positions. So that's one fantastic thing about Tamarack. We're a year-round employer, so we don't shut down. A lot of construction companies up this way, they close down for the winter time. We are full-time, 44 hours a week, year-round. So that's fantastic. For the positions, the carpenter starting wage, it depends on experience, but really our starting wage is anywhere between $27 to $30 an hour. And then again, that fluctuates based on experience. And for our carpenters helpers, it starts at $20 an hour. So a couple of things that we offer. So competitive salary, we've got a benefits package. So actually one thing I wanted to mention was we've just implemented a new piece to our benefit package. So it's a healthcare spending account, which is fantastic. We rolled that out in May 1 of this year. So actually in a couple of days. So we've got that going on, registered pension plan, tool allowance, travel time compensation. We've got an employee share ownership program. We have started looking into and have actually purchased a few homes for some employee staff housing purposes, which is fantastic. That's, the one thing in recruiting and trying to find people is, it's hard to find housing up in Muskoka. So we've really kind of taken a look into that and have tried to find some ways around that. So that's fantastic. And again, I'm not sure if I mentioned our website as well. We've just totally revamped it. It's Tamarack, www.tamaracknorth.com. So there is a careers page on there where you can see all of this information. But again, just a really big push for carpenters and carpenters helpers at this point. And you can also email hr@tamaracknorth.com with any resumes or anything like that. So just a bit of an overview for you guys, just kind of what we're looking for. So that's all.
Excellent. That's great. Thanks, Allie.
Sure.
Now, I'm just trying to remember if I caught it or not. Does Tamarack do mostly residential, or do they do commercial building as well?
No, we just are strictly residential. So
Okay.
I believe we've done a few commercial projects in the past, but very much in the residential realm of things.
Okay, terrific.
Yeah, and sorry, I don't think I mentioned as well. We've got sites all the way from Lake of Bays area, Huntsville, Dwight, all the way over to Perry Sound. So
That's impressive. That's great. Thank you.
thanks.
Okay, well, we'll see if any questions do come in here in the next moment or so. But again, thanks so much for sharing information regarding Tamarack North with us.
Thank you.
We
Thanks
know
for
that
having me.
you're definitely a busy industry and lots of things
Mhm.
happening around Huntsville. So we're constantly seeing new development happening in new areas everywhere. Okay, so no questions have come in. So we will just keep moving right along here. And the next individual we have up is Elena, I'm going to say Chacona from Paramed. So Elena, if you're all set to go, then we'd love to hear what you have to share with us.
Perfect. Thank you so much. So my name is Elena. I'm from Paramed Home Health Care. So we provide support to seniors in our community. I have a video and a presentation, so I'll try to share my screen as well. Seem to let me share the video here, so I'll just share my my PowerPoint. Can you guys see my screen?
Right now we can see it says Explore, Purchased, and Personal. So it's a white folder right now we're seeing.
Okay, let me see here. Okay, can you guys see my PowerPoint?
Perfect.
Okay, perfect. So as I mentioned, I'm from Paramed. I am the HR person and recruiter. So we have various roles available, and we support seniors in Muskoka, as well as Orillia, Midland, as well as Barrie. So primary areas would be Muskoka, Orillia, and Midland. So depending on your location, we try to keep you in that one area. So about us. So we have been operating as Paramed Home Health Care, also referred to as Paramed, and we've been providing home care and wellness solutions across Canada since 1974. We have several branches throughout Ontario, as well as other provinces. So our ability to successfully match caregivers with clients has allowed us to grow into the largest home health care team in Canada. We have over 10,000 employees. We're in 6 provinces, and we have about 75,000 clients. We ensure that family members receive a familiar face and dignified care. So again, we go into people's homes, provide them with support that they need, whether it be helping them get out of bed in the morning, helping them with their meals, some personal services like brushing their teeth, brushing their hair, lifts and transfers, catheter changes, basically assisting them with their day-to-day living, as well as about 80% of our clients are located in retirement homes. So we don't service long-term care homes. So just retirement homes as well as people's homes. So we offer a full range of home care services, which include in-home personal care, homemaking, therapy, nursing services such as wound and palliative care. We do have an office both in Barrie as well as Huntsville. So up in Huntsville, we have about 25 nurses, ranging from RNs and RPNs. So we're always looking for additional nurses to support both North Muskoka as well as South Muskoka. So Huntsville, Bracebridge, or Gravenhurst. We are also looking for PSWs. So we are looking for PSWs or home support care workers, or also DSW workers. So if you don't have any experience, we have a really great opportunity right now. We've recently launched in September 2020 a home support care worker program. So this is a great opportunity if you're looking for a second career change, or if you just have a passion to help and assist others in your community, especially our seniors. So we do have a 3-week paid training program. So again, no experience is required, and it does lead to full-time or part-time employment. So we have a number of individuals coming from various industries taking this course, and then making a difference in our communities and helping seniors. You also get paid to sit in class and learn. So throughout those 3 weeks, you still are getting paid. And then upon graduation, we place you in the community. We have some great mentors and preceptors that we do pair you up for the course with as well. So you're getting that hands-on experience in the community with various precepting hours. You're getting some classroom experience. And then we also have a couple days of lab work where we're teaching you how to use the equipment. So how to do catheter changes, learning about lifts and transfers and various equipment that you may see in someone's home, like a walker, a wheelchair, things like that as well. And most importantly, especially during the time of pandemic, when seniors need our help the most, you're really making a difference in someone's life. Just they may, right now not see any family, any friends. They're very isolated. So having that home support care worker or a PSW or a nurse come into their home, really makes their day, and you're really making a difference in our community here. So I'd say for Muskoka area, you would need to have a car just because the geography is so large. But if you live more in Orillia or Midland, you do not need to have a car. We can definitely place you directly to a retirement home that's close to your house. If you're interested in learning more, I can definitely speak to you further about this. So I'll type my email down in the chat as well, but you can email me or call me directly. I'll also provide you with my work cell phone as well in case you prefer a phone call conversation, but my email is just there. So elena.tricona@paramed.com. Our next course is taking place actually Monday in Orillia, but if we get enough interest up in Huntsville when things open up a bit more after this lockdown, we'd be interested in hosting a course somewhere in Muskoka. And that concludes my presentation.
Perfect. Thanks, Elena.
Thank you.
A quick question for you. So you're mentioning the course that is starting on Monday. How many courses have run so far, and what do you typically see as a success rate? Or is it, anyone who takes the course typically will receive that certification?
Yeah, so we've done 8 courses so far. So we started in September and we've had a really good turnout. So I'd say majority of people who take the course are still with us, and they've really enjoyed making a difference in someone's life, and just the fact that their majority of people have chosen more of the full-time route, but we do have part-time as well if someone's in school or someone doesn't want to fully commit to a full-time job. And we work with people who are interested to start as a home support care worker and eventually kind of travel into the PSW route or the nursing route. We do support them, whether that be with schooling or just supporting their schedules and making schedules kind of around their other obligations.
Okay, great.
We do have a question in the chat box, and it's for yourself, Elena. What are the requirements for the course?
Like what qualifications do they need?
The question just states, what are the requirements for the course? So
yeah, so as I mentioned, you don't have to have any previous experience. So you can just give us a call. We'll go through a pre-screen and a Zoom interview with you. And then if you are liking the information that we're providing and you feel that you're a great fit for the role, we'll have you enroll into our next course.
Great. That's wonderful. Thanks, Elena. I think that that definitely answers lots of questions. I don't see anything else that's come in at the moment, so I do appreciate you sharing information regarding ParaMed today. That's wonderful.
Thank you.
Okay. So next on our list, we have Primerica, Denise Furman and Tracy Chesson. So we'll say Denise and Tracy, turn it over to you, and you can introduce yourselves and share some information regarding Primerica.
Great. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you for all those participants and all the great speakers today. And thank you for the opportunity to share about our company, Primerica Financial Services, where we work with the middle-income families and help them make and save money. Now, our platform is somewhat different from what you're seeking, as we're seeking entrepreneurs on a part-time or full-time basis, as you'll learn a little bit more later. Our company has really expanded during COVID. As many people realized, we're here to help. And Primerica's leading edge technology allowed us to pivot during COVID lockdowns and continue business as usual using our virtual platforms. So normally we would go and, as we used to say, sit kneecap to kneecap with a client across the kitchen table. But with COVID, we've been able to continue doing that using Zoom and our other platforms as well. During COVID, many people were concerned about their finances, and it also brought to the fore the need for people to diversify their income and have more than one income source. This happened, as many of us know, as jobs we thought were secure suddenly changed. Our focus is to educate families on financial concepts, and we prepare a plan for them to help them reach their financial goals. We are training and developing leaders to help families. You will be in business for yourself, but not by yourself, just as my leader is here helping me today. We provide all the training and ongoing support, and there are great tax incentives as well as time flexibility, which seems to be a key for a lot of people these days. And now is the time to step out, keep the job you have, explore a new area, or take on a new challenge now and make a difference in your life and the lives of others. Do you have great people skills, love helping others, are hardworking and honest? Then we're looking for you. No other business will allow you the same level of income potential and also the ability to develop passive residual income. I'm going to get my leader, Tracy, to share a few more details with you now.
All right, great. Thank you. I am actually also going to share my screen. Just have 3 quick slides to go over. And just a minute. All right. There we go. All right, so it's great to be with you all this afternoon, and how things have changed that we're doing a job fair online. That does tell you the times have changed in the last year. My name is Tracy Chesson, and my husband and I have an office in Barrie, and we're helping with the expansion up in Muskoka. And so after Denise explained a little bit in terms of what we do and what we're looking for, I'm just going to talk a little bit in terms of the opportunity today, and also how we would get someone started. So the first thing is that, whether it be before COVID or in COVID or after COVID, I think we'd all agree that a lot of people continue to have financial challenges. And what I'm going to do is just go through what we find seems to be the issue. And number one is that there's not a lot of financial education that has gone on out there in the past or even today within our education system, which means that a lot of people just don't know the basics of how money works, which is one of the things that we teach. We know a lot of people, again, don't have a financial game plan, and I'm sure everyone that's on here would agree. Of course, no one expected COVID to happen, and it caught a lot of people off guard financially. So just that idea of having a game plan is important in all times. And of course, most people don't have a financial coach. And the reason why they don't have a financial coach is because they usually think it's going to cost them a lot of money, which in our case, it doesn't cost them anything. But what we want to do is we want to train people to be able to coach and educate our clients in terms of how to get ahead. So obviously that does tell you that there is a big need out there. And I'm assuming, we've, again, hearing from all the different people today, all kinds of different opportunities exist. And in some situations we need experiences and some we don't. So I'm going to share with you a little bit in terms of some of the reasons why people would take a look at our company and financial services. And you're going to see there are 5 reasons here, and none of them include math or finance, meaning that someone might have that as their background, although it could be helpful, but it's not a necessity. So some of the reasons why people would look to get started in our careers, they're actually maybe in a job that they really don't like, and they're currently just, they're looking for something new, or perhaps considering going back to school. And so oftentimes we find people are open then to our opportunity. As Denise alluded to, more and more people today, especially during COVID, have had their hours cut back or have lost their job. And so they're trying to pay their bills based on one income. So the idea of having a second career to be able to add additional income might be another reason someone would look at our opportunity. The third one is the financial education. When I went through the 3 points, I think a lot of people today, just that concept of being able to learn for themselves and then be able to help other people, with money management skills would be another reason. And what's interesting, when again, hearing from some of the other speakers today, I think a common thread in some of the fields was this idea of loving, making a difference and helping people. And that's a huge thing in our company because, when you work with people from wherever they're at financially and just give them some guidance to be able to make better decisions financially, then you really do make a difference in their lives. And then the last one is there are a small group of people that have always wanted to have their own business. And oftentimes what's held them back is the cost of getting started and a system in which to be able to, help ensure their success. So like I said, there's not a number 6 that says, you've got to have a math background. In fact, I'll be honest, my education background was teaching. So I was an elementary school teacher. And I'll be honest with you, I chose elementary school because my math skills were not particularly strong. What I want to do is just finish off in explaining a little bit in terms of, what our career looks like for someone wanting to get started. What requirements are there? The only requirement is they do need to be over the age of 18, and that willingness, like Denise said, motivated to take on a new career opportunity. Our profession is very much like real estate. It's just in the financial services industry. So there is government regulated licensing that they would be going through. Our company does sponsor them to get started. In that sponsorship, what that means is there's a business application that an applicant would submit. They do have to go through a background check. With that business application, it's $103 that they will pay. But then our company actually subsidizes the cost of licensing. So for those of you that might be familiar with real estate, you're talking thousands of dollars that you would pay out of pocket to get into the real estate industry. So in our case, it's about $2,500 to go through 2 different licensing, which is an insurance license and a securities license. And our company is essentially paying for all except for that business application. There are a few, I would say, anecdotes to that, and we can get into details, but the reason why our company is looking to subsidize the cost is because of the market today. And again, with us pivoting and going online, it just means that we can actually, in a much faster way, reach out to the community and make a difference. I'm just making sure I've covered everything. I would just have one slide. If you have any questions, obviously feel free to ask them today, or you can contact Denise. That was the first speaker between the 2 of us. That's her email address and her personal cell number. So you can reach out to her there, and I'm sure Denise will put her contact information in the in your chat column. And I think that's it. Thank you very much for having us.
Perfect. Thanks, Denise. Thanks, Tracy. Again, we will see if there's any questions that come up. That was some really helpful information and great information in regards to Primerica. So thanks so much for sharing. Okay, so no questions at this point. So if we move on to our next presenter, we have Care Partners, and it's Tristan Lewis. You all set, Tristan?
I'm all set. I'm going to also share
your screen.
I think I'm just having some. Can you guys see my screen?
We can see you at the moment. Okay, something's coming up now.
Let me know.
Perfect. There you are.
Okay.
Okay, you're all set.
Is moving. You can see my screen, but see, it's not moving. Okay, so welcome everyone. I know that right now we're in a given the situation, we can't all be together, but I know unfortunately that we have this opportunity to still present our companies virtually and from the comfort of our home. So I want to say welcome. My name is Tristan. I am a talent acquisition partner here at Care Partners. So I just want to give a little bit of knowledge and share what we do and who we are, and also what we offer at our company. So first, we are a healthcare facility. We are one of the largest healthcare facilities in Ontario. We started in 1983 from our CEO, Linda Knight. Trying to see if it's changing the slides, kind of taking a bit of time. Can you guys still see my screen?
Yeah, so right now it looks like it's still on the initial page of the Care Partners, your community health partner. Okay, now you're on the story. Oh.
Yeah, it's just very, okay. So like I said, Care Partners is one of the largest healthcare facilities in Ontario. It was started by our CEO, Linda Knight, in 1983. You know, she really saw an opportunity and she was really driven, and she thought a better need to have more frontline workers and nurses and be able to provide care within people's homes. So we do have over 5,000 employees. We are mostly looking for personal support workers, as well as home support workers and nurses in the North Simcoe, Muskoka area. But we do offer all these positions all around Ontario, from up north in North Bay to the southern tip of Windsor. And we really thrive to educate and as well as train and develop anybody or anyone who has the compassion and care to really for seniors or for children or people with disabilities. Okay, and our mission, we are dedicated to improving quality of life by supporting health, wellness, and independence through provision and compassionate patient-centered healthcare. A little bit of our vision. Our values, our vision is innovative and passion for care. We provide integrated and holistic care delivered by an exceptional team of healthcare professionals. Like I said, we have over 5,000 employees and employ over 1,500 PSWs annually. In terms of some of our values, we do, I hear at Care Partners, our values are what really make Care Partner a great place to work. We do live by these values every day. So if you are really interested in supporting us, as well as have a passion for caring for seniors and have, you know, great teamwork abilities, have respect, innovation as well, integrity, then you would definitely fit in working for us and being a part of our team. Some of the service that we provide, like I mentioned, is personal support workers, nurses, e-home care, as well as rehabilitation services, to social workers, as well as occupational therapists, and even registered dietitians. And where we are, like I mentioned, we grew into a vast company all around Ontario. So we have branches in the GTA, Mississauga, Toronto, North Simcoe, Muskoka is where in Huntsville, Bracebridge, Midland, Penetang, Honey Harbor, Barrie, Aurelia, and all of the rural areas and communities in between. Like I mentioned, here's just a broader, some of the cities that we do offer. And we also offer nursing positions up in the Wasaga and the Collingwood area. It's a new program that we just implemented. So we have nursing positions up in that area as well. So what we what we figured is that home care is very important to us. We figured that people are more comfortable when they are in their homes. It reduces stress, it increases their dignity and their quality of care. So we also provide that, but we also do provide services in schools, rehabilitation centers, as well as workplaces. And one of the, I guess, questions is, who do we provide service for? And the greatest question is for everyone. So we not only do we provide services for seniors, we also do provide services for adults with disabilities, as well as children with disabilities as well, or mental health issues. Okay. Like I mentioned, we do offer personal support workers, registered nurses, registered practical nurses, and we did implement a new program, which is called the Home Support Worker Training Program, where it goes for 2 weeks virtually, and then you would be job shadowing with a personal support worker instructor. There is some quizzes, and you receive the booklet and do some quizzes as well, and then you'd be out in the field in a patient's home in the Bracebridge area, as well as Huntsville and all of the cities in those in the Simcoe area and the Muskoka area as well. Okay, a little bit about the personal support workers that we offer. Great way to helping others. Job security, it's very flexible. You can work around your hours. So for example, say if you're a recent grad and you're a recent grad and you need to work around your hours, as long as you're able to provide your availability, then we can work with you where you're able to not only exceed in your education, but work with us as well. We noticed that a lot of the nurses, they want a job in the meantime. So one of the great things about it is that after you complete your first year of nursing, you are eligible to work as a PSW with us. And then eventually when you earn that certification, you will be able to transition into a nursing program with us as well.
Tristan, we have a question in the chat box.
Yeah.
From one of the attendees. Are there current positions in Huntsville?
So the current positions right now in Huntsville, we offer personal support workers, and the new training program that we implemented is the Home Support Worker Training Program that we have. It's starting May 11th virtually. And then we also have another one starting June 1st. So we have one every pretty much month and a half in this area, not just in Huntsville, but in all the rural cities in that area as well. And the great thing about that program is you don't need much qualifications. It is for people who are very passionate about what they do and they want to interact or communicate with seniors as well, and just have a passion with just helping people, right? So it's a great way to, I guess, get your foot wet and see if this is something that you're really interested in. And if you do have that, like I said, that passion or love to help seniors or individuals, then the Home Support Worker Training Program would definitely be a great fit for you or for anybody that is interested. So a little bit about the program. It is a 12-day paid in-class training. Like I said, it is virtual. So one of the requirements is that you would need to have a working laptop, desktop computer with a webcam and internet connection. We do also have some laptops available if you don't, but it is very limited. After the training, you would have 24-hour job shadowing with one of the personal support worker receptors. And then once that's completed, you'd be out in the field. It is a commitment for at least 10 months. So if that is a suitable opportunity for anybody that's interested, then definitely I encourage anybody listening to definitely try this out. It's a great way to really give back to the community, and especially now that in the situation that we are in. So some of the Like I mentioned, you'd be volunteering for helping seniors, some children, interacting with elderly population. I can say some of the day in the life, so some of the tasks and duties or responsibilities that not only a home support worker would be doing, but also a personal support worker are light housekeeping, meal preparation, personal hygiene, dressing, mobility. So for example, just relocating patients within their house, and daily activities on what they need. Not giving medication, but you as a PSW or HSW, you'd be allowed to remind them to take their medication. Okay. And one of the things that we do offer as well is that we every PSW or HSW or nurse gets their own cell phone with this new efficient way of tracking your progress. So when you go into the patient's home, you'd be able to write what you've done for the day, how long you've done it, and then it tracks anything that you might miss or anything that you have up and coming for that week. So again, where we are, who we are looking for, definitely people who are patient, has patience, they're kind, respectful, very professional. If you are looking for more of a flexible opportunity to work within your hours, then this is a great opportunity for the PSW program and as well as the HSW, and be a great fit for working with us at Care Partners. One of the things I did want to mention as well is that for the PSWs and the HSWs, how we handle it during this COVID situation, we offered the $3 paid temporary enhancement. So essentially that would bump you up. So PSWs do start at $17.17. It is based off experience. So it ranges from $17.17 to $19.32 plus the wage enhancement. But whereas home support workers, their wage starts at $16.66 plus the wage enhancement. We also, because it is very rural, we do require that that you would have a valid driver's license and insured vehicle, and that we do also pay for your mileage at the rate of 38 cents per kilometer, and then as well as time travel too. If you do want to learn more, you can definitely contact me or my colleague at recruiter.tristan@carepartners.ca, or you can visit our website, www.carepartners.ca/careers. If you are in the area, as well, if it's not for anybody that is living in the Huntsville area, if you know anybody that is located in any other region in Ontario, then that definitely fit because we have those positions available as well. And that's all for me. If anybody else has any questions, I'm here to answer.
Terrific. Thanks, Tristan.
Anytime, Brent.
Yeah, so we'll give it a second here and see if there are any questions. And I just want to make a quick point is obviously healthcare is an obvious important service. Yeah, so I mean, we've heard from others as well, and we know that we all have loved ones around us and that the healthcare industry is so important. And I know there's definitely shortages of DSWs, PSWs, HSWs, you name it. So, you know, it's definitely be a great industry to get in if you do enjoy being around people and, you know, providing support, whether it's emotional or whatever it might be. So no questions have come in, Tristan. So we will move on to our next one, and we'll kind of keep rolling on here with the healthcare industry. And we're going to go on to Plan A, and we've got Darren. And Darren, I'm going to try your last name. Is it, I'm not sure we're going to pronounce the S or not, but L'Esperance?
You got it perfect. There you go. That rarely happens.
All right. So we'll let you take the floor and share some information, please.
Absolutely. Thank you. I'm going to share my screen as well here, and then I'll get going. So, okay. present. There we go. Okay, great. So my name's Darren. I'm the lead recruiter here at Plan A. What we do, we work with long-term care facilities in Simcoe County, Grey Bruce, Muskoka, and Nipissing. A little bit more about who we are. So to our partners, which are the facilities we work with, we are a solution for their staffing problems. We offer access to thoroughly screened and local support service aides, personal support workers, registered practical nurses, and registered nurses, as well as our new designation we just started hiring for, and that's a dietary aide. We also put together what's called an emergency response team. With all the outbreaks of COVID in long-term care facilities that have gone on over the past year or so, we've worked with many of them to put together emergency response teams to go in and assist. To our healthcare professionals, we are a flexible employment option, and to students, we're an avenue to gain experience in the field. So what do we offer as an employer? Self-scheduling, that's one of the main things about working with Plan A that we offer, is the complete freedom to choose when and where you want to work. Right now, it's limited to one employer if you don't have the vaccine. If you do have the vaccine, actually as of Monday, you can work in multiple long-term care facilities, but you do get that self-scheduling option. If you have another job, if you have other things going on in your personal life, you can completely create your own schedule with us. We offer 24/7 customer support, or I should say staff support, experience in long-term care homes, and then industry-leading wages. They're all listed here, $20.50 an hour to $27.50 for dietary aides. PSWs are 22 to 29 with the government wage enhancements, so 25 to 32 currently. RPNs are 33 to 42, and RNs are 50 to 52 an hour. Or 50 to 59 an hour rather. And who can be part of the team? So nursing students, a lot of our PSWs are current nursing students. Given the self-scheduling options that we offer, it's perfect for a student. You have your semester worth of classes, you have the schedule, you can schedule yourself around your current classes or even your placements as well. PSW students, you can work in our support service aide role, gain some experience in the field before moving into the PSW role after you graduate. Obviously, certified personal support workers, RPNs and RNs, and then certified dietary aides. For the dietary aide role, it is the food service worker certificate you need, the one-year program at most post-secondary institutions. And how does it work? So I did mention self-scheduling. So we use an application called StaffStat. It's an app you download on your phone, and it gives you access to all the shifts at all of our facilities. In Muskoka, we have about a dozen facilities between Bracebridge, Huntsville, Parry Sound, and a few cities in between. So lots of opportunity available in the Muskoka area right now. And what you would do, you open up your StaffStat app and you can scroll through. Typically, facilities post about a month in advance, and you pick and choose all of the shifts that you want to work for that month. And how could you be a part of the team? We hire the best of the best. So you can either go to our website, which is jointheateam.com, or find us on Indeed. You can email us your resume directly as well to ateam@jointheateam.com. And we do have a 3-step remote hiring process right now. There is a first interview, and then the 2 meetings after that are remote as well, but they're meetings with our HR team to onboard you as a member of the team. Just quickly about what you would need. These are just a list of documentations. We can go over this more in the first interview, but as per Ministry of Long-Term Care guidelines, these are just documentation that is required from all of our staff members. And then obviously a good attitude as well. Frequently asked questions, wanted to cover that quickly here. So if I work in one long-term care home, can I also work with Plan A? And like I'd mentioned, as of Monday, if you are fully vaccinated, you can work in multiple long-term care homes. And as more and more people get vaccinated, that's going to be available more and more. So we are slowly getting back to the way we used to do things, where you can work in multiple long-term care facilities. Will I receive orientation? We have an in-depth orientation process, which includes tour of the facility, shadowing, and also sort of prior to getting placed, a presentation from our HR department on sort of a virtual orientation. So you get virtual and in-person orientation. If I move, can I transfer to another Plan A location? Absolutely. We have 13 Plan A franchises across Ontario. If you relocate anywhere, Hamilton or all the way up to Timmins, wherever you end up relocating, there's probably a Plan A close by, and we can transfer you. What supports do I have available to me? Like I'd mentioned, there is 24/7 support. Obviously, healthcare isn't a 9-to-5 job. So obviously we're in the office 9 to 5, but we have hired staff specifically to be available around the clock. So if you're working 3 a.m. night shift and something comes up, we do have a Plan A staff member that's there to help you. Also, we are offering supports for accelerated PSW programs. If you're a support service aide wanting to pursue a PSW, we have tuition assistance, all things that we can touch on if you're interested in applying. And how long does the hiring process take? Typically 2 to 3 weeks. We don't like to rush it, but we want to make sure we vet all of our applicants well to make sure you'd be a great fit with the team. But ideally, we try to get you through and hired on in about 2 to 3 weeks. And that's it. Pretty short and sweet here. I'll put my email in the chat if you were interested in applying to work with us. You can just send your resume to ateam@jointheateam.com. I typically reply to the applications within 30 minutes. So go ahead, send your resume, and we'll be happy to have you. But that's it for me. Thank you very much.
Perfect. Thanks, Darren.
Yep.
Now, Carrie, there was a question that came in there.
There was a question in the chat box for Care Partners. It was from one of our attendees asking, can one work at 2 jobs at the same time?
Yeah, yes, absolutely. I believe that once you are vaccinated, that you'd be able to work in 2 places as well. Did I answer that question?
Perfect.
Can you hear me?
Yep, thank you.
Okay, that's wonderful. So doesn't look like any other questions have come in at this point. So we'll shift gears a little bit here, and we're going to have our final presenter, and it's more in the hospitality industry. We'll have Julie Monroe from Ontario Cottage Rentals. So Julie, if you're there, we'd love to hear some information on what's happening in the cottage rental and vacation industry.
I'm glad to be here. This has been very interesting and very neat to watch. I am working with Ontario Cottage Rentals. I'm actually brand new to the team. I'm so new, I do not have a presentation, but I'm going to walk you through what we have. I'm coming in with more of management and production experience, so I'm kind of excited to reconfigure how we've done things in the past. Build a strong team, and be a very proud department for the Ontario Cottage Rental family. So Ontario Cottage Rentals is a 20-year-old company specializing in matching guests to the ideal cottage rental. Ontario Cottage Rentals has exceptional experience in customer service and specialized techniques that match the guest to the ideal cottage. We have a large selection of properties and a large area. So we go from Muskoka to Haliburton to Georgian Bay, Parry Sound, Lake Simcoe, and the near north, which is north of Huntsville. So there's a lot of positions, and I'm trying to match teams within those areas. So there's a lot of job opportunities throughout the whole cottage area. We have cozy cabins to luxurious holiday homes, waterfront, kid-friendly. So each property is unique. So for our positions, which is the cleaning industry, we're looking for a team that can really specialize in working and making it an amazing experience for our guests and our property owners. COVID-19, we're doing remote interviews, somewhat like we're doing today. We're doing PPE with everyone where it will be required and provided. Social distancing. We are working in teams, but we'll have people in different areas of the homes, and sanitizing, disinfecting, and cleaning procedures are in place, and will be training in all of those areas. Why would you want to work for us? We offer training, tips, lifelong skills, great wages, and a safe work atmosphere. You can feel great about your accomplishments the day of. It's I personally love cleaning, so when you see the finished result, you feel good about it. It's great. You'll visit various locations throughout Muskoka and northern cottage country, and it's working in a positive, well-structured environment. Some of the things that we are looking for is staff must live in the area, so in the cottage country area, need a cell phone, and they also need a vehicle, especially with COVID, where teams used to travel together. Now we're kind of looking at everyone traveling individually. Training and equipment is provided, and you'll be an intricate part of our team for spring cleaning initiative, which is starting in the next few weeks, and our regular cleaning schedule. Clean and disinfect kitchens, fixtures, bathrooms, cleaning bunkies, bedrooms, living areas, cleaning windows. It's the whole package. We also have supervisors and inspectors that will work with you as long as, and as well as myself, the manager. So it's a great and welcoming team, and we're really building it on how we can welcome and make it a pleasant guest experience. We're starting in the next few weeks, and work time is really Friday to Monday. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. That's our turnover time for customers. Salary is from $18 to $20 for those without experience, and you will be trained. For experienced professional cleaners, you're looking at $25 an hour and up. It's 6 to 7 hour shifts. It's mainly weekends, and there's also on-call. So that is about it. So I will post my contact information in the group chat. I do have about 25 plus positions to fill, so there is a lot of work and places available. So if anyone's looking for a good summer job and continuing on into fall and winter, we are open to hire.
Terrific. Thanks, Julie. A quick question. How many properties does Ontario Cottage Rental manage?
There are, I believe, there's over 50 right now, 50 to 100, depending on this season.
Okay. And how many housekeepers or cleaners do you typically have per cottage?
There are 3 per cottage,
Okay.
depending on the size. If we go in and assess that it's too much for 3, then we'll add another team member.
Okay. So you're never on your own, cleaning on your own. And
no,
okay.
It is a team experience.
Okay, wonderful. I will see if there's any other questions that come in. It doesn't look like it as of right now. So that's everything, everyone. I want to thank everyone for participating, all the employers for sharing that great information, for the attendees for hanging in there and waiting for that special employer that you wanted to hear from. So thanks to everybody. We do appreciate you sharing that information and taking time out of your day throughout the week to do this. So I'm not sure if Barb, do you have anything to say to finalize? This is our last job fair for the month of April. Carrie, do you have anything to say, or?
The only thing I wanted to add is that these recordings are also on the Chamber website under virtual job fairs. So we direct people to them through our social media. So they will get viewed past just this and past the Cogeco airing.
Wonderful. That's awesome. Thanks, Barb.
Welcome.
Okay. And we'll make sure that we do share information on how to apply. So for the job seekers, we will email out the employers information on how you can apply to them after the job fair. So it may not come out, may come today, it may come tomorrow, but definitely keep an eye on your email And if there's any of those employers that you'd like to reach out to, then we would highly, highly encourage you to do so and to get on it quickly, because there's definitely some great jobs out there for everyone. Wonderful. Well, thank everyone again, and we will end it there. And I hope everyone has a successful season.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone. Bye now.